Hi, I'm Paulette Jarvie with Hot Off the Press and Paper Wishes. You know, you might know us better as paperwishes.com. I am so happy to be here at this virtual scrapbook expo, and I think we're going to go to a down shot. That way I can really see everything up close and personal. We're really known for our papers, and our latest papers are Butterfly Meadow. Now there's 12 papers in here. You can kind of see it right there. And in this one, there's also 64 cutouts. Wow. Also, Country Blooms is a brand new paper pack. Now this one has, of course, 12 double-sided sheets, all 12 by 12. This also has 40 cutouts. And we love the wood so much that we just wanted to do a whole one with wood and textures. Most of it is wood, but there's some textures in here too. This doesn't have any cutouts because we wanted to just really explore all of those wonderful papers and the wood textures. Now we also do a really good job with cutting dies, and we're not shabby at all on stamps, and of course our Dazzle stickers are fabulous. But today I want to show you something else. We have many products that are exclusive to Paper Wishes. One of them is Hunky-Dory, and Hunky-Dory is from England. The two brothers, Adam and Dan, own the company. They got it from their parents, and they do a wonderful job with card kits, and they always have an instruction sheet, and this one does. This is called Gardener's Paradise, and I'm not going to show you everything that's in it, but I just wanted to give you the idea in case you are not familiar with them. They have sheets of foiled, you can see that foiling, pretty, and die cuts. Now in this particular one, there are 52 foiled die cuts. Then there's also their cardstock, and then they have a cardstock that is foiled. Can you see the foiling there at the top? And it just depends on what the artwork is. So you'll notice that all of those three sheets really work together. In this particular collection, there are 4 sheets with 4 foiled cardstock and 4 printed cardstock, and that's just gorgeous. Now in addition, they also have a Gardener's Paradise. This is the cardstock. They call it Adorable Scoreable, and there are 12 colors in here. You get 1 of each. Obviously I have some that are out of it, but I'll be showing those to you. In addition, they have what they call card inserts. Now this takes some of the artwork from the card kit and makes it ghosted back. It's perfect for the inside of the card, although we sometimes use it for the outside of the card. There are 12 sheets in this pack, and these are all not all double-sided, but some are double-sided and some are single-sided. In this particular collection with the Gardener's Paradise, there's also this absolutely darling little tag pad, and this has, let me see, there are 16 designs. They're 2.5 by 3 3/4. You get 3 of each, so a total of 48. It's really nice. Okay, so what can you do with all of this, you might ask? I hear you asking that. And here is one example. Now, Heidi has made these for me, and I think they're just wonderful. With Hunky-Dory and having all of those foil die cuts, they're going to give that sparkle. But you might think that, well, maybe there's not a whole lot you can do. I kind of want to show you that there's a whole lot you can do. So we're going to take this card, and I'm going to slip off the belly band and just slide that off. And this is a Gatefold card. Okay, but there's some neat stuff going on. Now, all of our cards are 5 by 6.5. We sell the blank cards. We like our cards to be larger because, quite frankly, it just gives us more room for creativity, and that's what we like. But of course, these are adaptable to any size that you might like. And as you know, to do a Gatefold card, you're going to take your card base, you're going to open it flat, bring each end in to only meet in the center, not to cross over, and that's going to be each of the gates of the gatefold. And what Heidi has done is she has gone ahead and folded her card, and then she took one of the cardstocks that are out of that pack, and it happens to be this one, and she cut it to fit each side. Now let's see, I've got this backwards. Okay. So she's got that little white piece right there. So This side goes right here. You can see, just trim it down to fit. And then she matted it on one of those solid colors of the Adorable Scorable cardstock and put one on each side of the gate. Now notice that they meet in the center. There's no little edge of the matting, and so that just works really nicely. The other thing she did is she put some Dazzle stickers. Now these are called Fancy Border. Let me open it up and you can see. So Steve, can we get in closer? Because right here is where those fit perfect. That's where those borders go. And the pack has 4 different colors, black, white, gold, and silver, in 2 different patterns. So you get just tons and tons of fancy borders. So that's what she's used there. Simply lay it down, snip it, and you're done. The other thing that she's done, this is the sheet of the die cuts that she used. And you can see that this is the one that she used. Yeah, I'll just turn it upside down. And what I thought was really clever on this one and on many of the Hunky-Dory, you get 3 pieces. So there's the outside frame, there's a solid gold frame, and there's center frame. They just pop out just that easily. And so she has taken this one and glued it to the left side of her Gatefold card. And then she took the gold frame, cut it in half, glued half of it around here, and then she glued the other half around that centerpiece, but on the right-hand side. Normally, we don't glue anything to the right-hand side of a gatefold, but in this case, it makes the design perfectly done. Isn't that nice? Now, there's some little pieces in the corners, and those are the little bits that are in the also in the sheets of the Fancy Border Dazzles. Now I'm going to open this up, and let's see what she used on the inside. Here is the foiled cardstock. It's part of that Gardener's Paradise card kit, and she has trimmed it down, and then she also matted it onto the pink that is in the, there it is, the pink that is in the Adorable Scorable cardstock. And then she placed another border dazzle right there. Now this piece that has the greeting, that also comes from this sheet where it says, sending best wishes on your birthday. So that goes right there. You could foam tape it or lay it flat, whatever you like. And then we have ribbons. This happens to be the magenta and dark pink. Tie a bow, zot it in place, and the card is done, but we're not done. Let's go back to the front of the card. Remember that belly band? Well, this was simply the length of the cardstock, and then it's about 1.25 inches wide. Again, we used the fancy borders to just put one all the way down. Then we took this and wrapped it gently and loosely around the card because this needs to slide off. So we want to be careful to get that done. Okay, now what else was on that sheet of all of those foil die cuts? Well, there's this one. In this case, Heidi used all 3 of those, matted them onto white cardstock, which is part of the kit, and glued it onto the belly band, and then you just slip it on. Oh, she also added a bow down at the end and just zotted that in place. And I thought it was really clever how this just covers up those pieces on the Gatefold card. I think it's just really a nice execution. And it also shows how you can add your creativity to the Adorable Scorable kits. Okay, do you like that? You want to go to another one? I have another one for you. This is this one. And this is a card that will stand up just like that. Very fun, very easy, and a really great look. So what Heidi has done is she took a full-size sheet of the cardstock, and we're going to have to back up just a little bit, Steve. Okay, there we go. So there's the whole piece. Cut it in half. So that makes an 11-inch by 4-inch. So you just want to have two of those, 11 inches by 4 inches. Now this cardstock is single-sided, so we're going to be placing these like so. Now we want to do some scoring. Now, if you have a score pal, that's great. If you want to do it by hand, this is an adorable scoreboard that the Hunky-Dory folks do. It's nice because this piece is snapped right into the tool itself. And I'm going to take this, and I want to make two score lines from the right-hand side. One at 1 inch, just do it like that. Another at 2 inches. And then I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing on the other end. 1 inch and 2 inches. Now I've done that on this piece. I want to do it on the other piece too. Same thing. Just do those scores, 2 at each side, 1 inch and then 2 inches. Okay, let me pop that back in. Let me get this out. Okay, now I've got these two pieces. The front of my card is going to be this one. Why? Just because I thought it would be easier. So what I want to do is take my first score and do a valley fold. You know, that's to make a V. Then I do a mountain fold. That's to make it go up. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. First a valley, then a mountain. And I've got the front of my card. Now, it's really, really helpful, just like with that first card, to have a bone folder, because that's going to allow you to really get sharp creases. So I highly recommend it. Now, for our back piece, because these are single-sided, I want to go the opposite way. So my first one is going to be a mountain, followed by a valley. Same thing on the other side, a mountain followed by a valley. Got it? That's how it's going to work. Now, we're going to take extra sticky tape, and that's the kind of tape that has the orange liner. We always use this on a card that has movable parts, and that's certainly what this one does. So we're going to take a strip or two, whatever you like, and then position the matching piece on top. And you can see that that's where we've got our card base. And then when it folds down, it's going to be just like that. Let me go back to our finished card and take a look at that. You can see how that just pops up. Very good. Okay, now what else are we going to do? Because we're not finished. We're going to take a piece of the cardstock that is this light green, and we're going to cut it to fit within that card front. Okay, so it's going to allow that card, that colored cardstock, to be a mat around it without doing any matting. So we're going to cut that down. Then we're going to go to one of the die cut sheets, and we're going to use this one. Okay, so you get that in the kit. And we've taken, or Heidi has taken, this circle and the next circle. So this last one is left. You can use that on another project. And she simply glued them down. Now, this one that says thinking of you, it's also right here. She foam taped that on top. Now, let me show you what's going on here. This is a tag that is come from that cute little tag piece. And I'm looking for my sample, and I'm not finding it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, here is one of the tags. As I said, there are just 48 of them in the package. There is a hole there. At this point, we don't need it to be a hole. And we're going to get in just a little closer for this. And we're going to take our oval doilies. Yes, we have oval doilies. And I guess back up just a tiny bit, Steve, so sorry. Thank you. And I'm going to turn it, the face side, the pretty side, face down. I'm going to take my tag and I'm going to place it right at the top of one narrow end. Got it? I'm not gluing it at this point. Then I'm going to take the doily, and I know there's extra doily, but that's okay. And I'm just going to fold it over. And then I'm going to fold it back. Do a little accordion folding. Then I'm going to fold it forward again. Okay, do the same thing over here. Fold it right, just let it hug that tag, and then fold it back and fold it again like so. And that creates just a little pocket for that tag. Now the excess that you have, I would trim this off and then just fold the rest to the back, okay? Then this is going to get glued right onto the front of our card. For that ribbon, I suppose you're not surprised, we have a dotted ribbon set. So you can just make a bow there. The other thing that was used are these purple shimmer diamond sparkles. Yes, that's a big mouthful, but you can see it gives you different, not only different sizes, but different shades of purple. So those were used, as you can see, on the butterflies all the way over. That little one right here, that was on our sheet again, as you would imagine, and that's been foam tape in place. So we've got all of those just really doing a nice job. Now I do have another card, but I'm afraid I don't have time to show you all the ins and outs, but let me just show you what it kind of looks like, and then I need to stop. So it's this, and it has a vellum wrap, but it's not separate. Let me just undo this bow and show you that this is attached to the front of the card, and then the inside is right there. So let me show you the technique for doing this. You can get vellum that's just white, and that would work perfectly, but we have vellum we have white vellum, but we also have vellum that's been printed, and it comes in a swirl, it comes in a dot, it comes in a heart. And I decided to take the swirl, and then I'm going to take our regular card. You can use this with any card, and I'm going to have this be just flat. So, okay, so we'll use this. This is a piece of vellum that is 8 1/4 inches square. There you go, there's a visual reference. And you're going to take, in order to do this flap, you're going to take your card and lay it like so, at an angle. So I've taken my square and I've turned it on point. I've nested my card right there. You can then take these flaps and turn them into your card. Now, the neat trick is that I wouldn't have my card there. I would have a piece of cardstock that is cut 5 by 6.5, and I would place it right there, glue this to the back of that piece. Part that's up here and here, those just get cut off. Then I would lay my ribbon and glue it to the back. I would decorate the front of that piece, then I would glue the whole thing to the front of my card. That's why you get a card that has vellum wrapped around it, but it isn't a separate piece, and it's kind of a fiddly thing. And you can simply do your layering, use your Hunky-Dory Gardener's Paradise on the front. You can see all the foiling. You can use another one on the inside. There's an insert sheet right there. And you can add also, in this case, we've added some of our jewel dazzles in copper and in pink. And they're just the part that's also flashing along with the foiled die cuts, so just really fun. So that's some of the things that we have at paperwishes.com. We have exclusive things. We have things that you're just not going to find anywhere else. We have Hunky-Dory, and of course, we have hot off the press and Paper Wishes items that are just so much fun. We invite you to join us, and we also have 4 to 5 video classes every single week. So we like to share all of that with you. Thank you so much for inviting me. I loved being here, and we'll see you at paperwishes.com.